All right. Thank you guys for tuning this live session. It's end of day two, and things are moving fast for India and for England. What a commanding position India is in currently. Now, let's go in deep into what exactly how the things started for India on day two. Remember, they ended the day on 310 for five. Okay, so day one was 310 for five, and thanks to excellent partnership, we'll discuss more about that. So, India were in a spot of bother when Nitish Kumar Reddy got out yesterday in evening 205. Somewhat we would have expected around 400, 450 will be a great total, but India managed to put more than that. So yep, so it started from 310 for 5 to 365 for 5. The first over belongs to India, especially in England conditions. Whenever you play a test match, whatever the day it is, the first over of the beginning of the session is very, very important, and India managed to do well there. We discussed it. If India can negotiate the first hour of the play, there you go. We got all guns blazing once everything is in our hands. So, because it was relatively a new ball, if you remember, 85 overs were been bowled and only 4 overs it was new. So, yeah, it has got a lot of movement. But again, India did really well to manage. 150 partnership was at that time between Gill and Jadeja. Jadeja's innings is the standout. I know Gill's is excellent batting, but the amount of support that Gill got throughout the innings is unmatchable. He has the partnership with Jadeja, Sundar, with Jaiswal, with Karunar. I mean, till eighth wicket, ninth wicket, he is there. So good performance from India, it has to be said, and it is some achievement from Gill. When you look at the records, no captain has achieved it such feats, and it shows the class and the nature that he had, the hunger, especially. He was running out of partners, so he has to go for shots, and unfortunately, he got out on 269, which is the highest score by a captain. So he's into the history books, and he has created history by playing some excellent innings, has to be said. 200 partnership is somewhat an mean achievement from Jadeja and Gill. The excellent thing about today's game was that there was no highly risk shots involved in it. They were just neatly maneuvering one or two singles here and there, occasionally the boundaries. So England looked deflated because of the stance that we took, and most importantly, we were trying to guess the bowler's next action plan, and that's where the rhythm was totally disturbed. And you can see their chips were down, and that was really important for India's success today. So 400 was a great total for India. It came on 107th over. So they're going at a 3.7 to 3.8 per over. And I think one of the important factors that we all miss was the innings of Jaiswal yesterday. The start that he has given has made sure that India set up a platform, because as we said earlier, we are going with five specialist batsmen. So next comes is the three proper all-rounders. So unfortunately, Jadeja missed on a 100. It was an excellent bouncer. You can say a beamer from Josh Tunk that rid of Jadeja. The ball was seaming, and at the same time it came to a height of the rib. I think he felt really discomfort, and he was given out. It touched the gloves, and a partnership of 200 was ended. That was the turning point, and excellent innings, it has to be said. So Sundar playing his first game in England conditions as a test. My God, he is so underrated. He has proven a lot. Because when you look at the circumstances, 6 wickets down, coming to the batting, and the conditions quite change in England within seconds. The innings of 42 is an excellent from uh, Washington Sundar. At the session one ended on 25 overs, 109 runs, means that it is scoring at 4.36. That's a good run rate. So they know how to play the shots, at the same time defend it and make the most of the conditions. My eyebrowsing, you can say, is that Bashir, a spinner from England, bowled nearly 50 overs. That means that they are relying a lot on spinners, and that's where Jadeja and Washington Sundar will be really interested on day three, and it's not going to get easier for batting. We have seen it enough turn. We are going to discuss more on that. So, at the end of the 120 overs, India were 471 for six. So, they kept on keeping that run rate between 3.5 to 4. And that's where things really went really well for India. The highest score by an batsman in England is none other than Gill, the captain. He has mentioned, I mean, what the greatness of the captain and the people is that you have to learn from what you have done, the mistakes, as soon as possible. And India rectified it. Even though we lost the first game, it was an eye opener for all of us that the lower mid order has to contribute a lot, and today we have seen that. And because of that, we have I mean, given England runs of 587, which is almost close to 600. So we don't quite often listen 600 these days, right? Yeah, but 587 is a very good score, has to be said. One of the important factors in this entire innings was running between the wickets. When you just tap it and run and get a single, and that's where the frustration for the fast bowlers and the captain of the opposition gets more and more. It's not because of their abilities, but strike rotation. Each and every batsman is not getting struck in a particular over. That makes really discomfort, and at the same time, you try to play a shot and make a wrong choice of shot selection. So that did not affect India at all. So running between the wickets was excellent. Gill was in prime form. Jadeja, we know he was a rock star. The running between the wickets was excellent. And of course, when Jadeja got out, Washington played an excellent innings. But the ball that has really turned Joe Root. Joe Root is not a very proper bowler. You can say he's a part-time bowler, but the reps that he has got, the amount of turn he has got, and an excellent delivery to get rid of Washington. So the some may feel that he has played the wrong line, but no, he has not played the wrong line. It was excellent delivery. It's just thing as a bit of turn and a purchase. So the slower you bowl, the more you turn, you're going to get it on the surface. And that's what exactly Bashir and Joe Root did. They combinedly took 4 wickets out of 10 wickets, which means that there is something for bowlers of spinners, especially. I think Jadeja's tomorrow will be mighty important key role. So a 144 runs partnership between Gill and Washington Sundar, the left and right combination. We discussed it a lot many times in the all the pre build up to this series. That whenever you have those combination, definitely it's going to really disturb the rhythm. And India were very good in terms of playing the spin. So that's where the things. So after the T, 31 overs were bowled. So 31 plus 25, 56 overs done for the day, and India scored nearly 250 runs. So it was great counter attack, has to be said. We were hoping to get that counter attacking from the team India, because we were quite excellent on day one. Eventually, we lost the toss. So, some may say that Shubman Gill was also expecting to bowl first, but sometimes losing the toss is also a blessing. So, eventually, India got all out for 587. That's a good score. An important thing is that Siraj played some balls, Prashit Krishna and Akashdeep. They scored around maybe 5 or 6 runs, but the amount of balls that they faced is very important. Some at some thought, I mean, some point we thought that, well, why can't they go and all out and give a swing? They did eventually. They are meant for that, but at the same time, they've spent some time and understood what is the nature of the pitch because they are going to bowl in the coming hours. So a decent contribution from the tailenders, it has to be said, because those 6, 7, or 10 runs, whichever comes, it's always a bonus, right? So whenever the top batsman gets out, but India will take that 587. England started very poorly, one has to say. Excellent bowling from Akashdeep. He was skiddy, he was straight, he was seaming. The seam presentation that he has given to that Duke ball is fantastic. It's next to Bumrah, Shami, because England were trying to counterattack him. We have seen the first over of Akashdeep went for 12 runs. So we thought, okay, it's game on. England are trying to counterattack, but some false shots displayed from the England batsmen. I know they were trying to, uh, their tired legs, they fielded for more than 150 overs. It's not easy to field a 150 overs in a test match, even though there are a lot of breaks, but you need to field here and there a lot many times. So Duckett was very important wicket. I thought he would be really taking away the game, or at least giving the counter attack and giving the confidence that England are in a position to get that 587 and see what India can do on second innings. But the start was very terrible, one has to say. From Olipop also, he was trying to flick it on the leg side, but the seam presentation, it was often middle stump, got the edge, and good catch from Slip Cotton. The Slip Cotton has been phenomenal for India. Only the backward point region or the gully area is somewhere we lost that catching abilities, but the Slip Cotton has been fantastic, especially from Rahul, Karun Nair, and the captain himself, Gill. So Duckett and Pop was very important wickets. It has to be said. They can take the game away, 13 for two, and Akash Deep's average is pretty interesting. His average is around 18 in terms of wickets when it bowls to left-handers. So wickets he has taken in his entire short career, 10 wickets, which means that whenever there is a left-hander, give the ball to Akash Deep and he will give you the results. So at 13 for 2, England were looking for the stability, trying to reconstruct the innings. Again, they lost the wicket of Crowley. Crowley's innings came to an end. Again, a very fall shot, nothing short of a shot because he was trying to hit on the drive. And interestingly, there was more of swing this day more when compared to day one. So that's really a big trap for England cricket. They thought of the ball will be coming straight into the bat, but it seemed a lot more than the day one, and that's why they are, lost 3 wickets at 27. They eventually they ended the day on 70 odd runs. It's a good comeback, but tomorrow's will be an important day. So what to look for day three? Day three, they call it as a moving day. Moving day means either of the teams will have the uh, high upper advantage, or you can say the edge of how the things exactly going. So that's where I feel Jadeja's bowling will be very important tomorrow, and also make no mistake, Washington Sundar. Although Washington Sundar is playing for the first time, but the height that he has and the ball that he can spin, there will be a lot of bounce and turn. That's an important thing. Jadeja found his rhythm. That's a very important factor for India. So I ideally start with Jadeja and Akash Deep for the morning session. At least for the first hour of the play, because that's where I can see wickets getting. But if you start the day with Krishna or some other, then definitely England feel much more better, because Akashdeep's attack line of attack is quite strange, and Akashdeep can you give the wickets? So I'll go with the combination of Jadeja and Akashdeep for the first hour of the play tomorrow, and then see Siraj and Washington Sundar bringing on. So the first innings lead is most important for India. 587, they are currently 70 for 3, 517 behind. So which means that if they can take the wicket of especially Joe Root, then England are in a very spot of bother, and they will be scratching their heads, because Joe Root can take the game away, and we don't see Ben Stokes. It's always a pressure game, right? When you're trying to think of the total in mind, in day three, it's spinning a lot already, and there is a lot variable bounce. Some ball is going down near the below the knee roll, so it's going to be a tough challenge for England tomorrow. If they can play the first over and Jadeja well, they will score runs. If not, it's going to be a tough task for England, and I hope India will not repeat the mistakes of what they have done. Catching should be the topmost requirement, because when you're giving bowlers the chance, they create it. If they go for a counter attack, their chances of getting the wickets is also high. Remember that. Even though they are very good at batting, I know the England batting line bat deep, but there's a lot of assistance for the seamers. So Akash Deep and Jadeja will be key. For me, Joe Root's wickets will be an important factor. I hope there's no rain tomorrow. So that is how the things stand. The second test of England and India, Anderson and Tendulkar Trophy 2025. It's a great initiative to be named after those two greats. So we'll end the session with this thing. So India on top at this point of time. I hope they continue that ascendancy and get a huge lead of first innings total, or at least enforce the follow on. We'll see what the things are going to pan out. Thanks for tuning into this live session. Thank you.